Welcome to 10 Songs By, where I choose 10 songs by an artist that I like. Not necessarily a top 10 or anything, just the first 10 songs that come to my mind. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you probably know that WEEN is one of my, if not my favorite band of all time. My favorite decade for music is the 90s, and I think WEEN embodies the 90s in such a way. I mean, their music is a distillation of all the different rock and pop styles that came before, seen through the eyes of a couple of genius stoners from Pennsylvania. Now, as wacky and bizarre as their music can get, I actually have a theory that there is a WEEN song for everybody. Everybody, and I have seen this with friends, family members, and they've covered such a wide range of song styles and emotions and genres through their discography that it's impossible that you won't find at least one song that you can enjoy. So, having said that, let's go to 10 songs by WEEN. Right to the Ways and the Rules of the World. Now, this song is from The Pod, their second album from 1991. And this is still the early age of the band, when they were really lo-fi, recording on a 4-track, under the influence of various substances. But anyway, this song I think really showcases their gift for melody and their ability to parody a genre, in this case pompous 70s prog rock, and still make it a good song, a great song even. I mean, this is not a novelty song that you listen to once and then forget about. I mean, you can take it as a joke, the lyrics are quite ridiculous, but the music stands on its own, and they create such a great and convincing atmosphere with so little. The arrangement is so sparse, but it's spot on. It shows you that these guys really know their 70s music. Mutilated Lips. Now, this is more of a classic from their magnum opus, The Mollusk, 1997. The whole album has a nautical theme, and a very aquatic sound to it, and this song is no exception. The song itself, as usual, is very well written. The melodies are so simple yet genius, and you can play it on an acoustic guitar and it will sound good. And in fact, just gotta detune the A string here a little. But what elevates it is all the sound effects on the voices, the use of the theremin that is so subtle, but it adds a whole new dimension to the song. It really transports you to the bottom of the sea. It's psychedelic, it's trippy, it's eccentric, but it's so beautiful. I also love the guitar solo. It's so simple but so effective. I mean, what else do you need? It just copies the vocal melody. This is something that they do very often, and something they actually took from the Beatles. So, the Beatles did it, then it can't be so bad, right? I don't wanna leave you on. And now for something completely different. So in 1996, the guys went to Nashville and recorded a country album with a bunch of old country session musicians, 12 golden country greats. Now, a lot of people take this album as a joke from the band because country is about as uncool and as far apart from, rock music from the 90s as it gets. But the guys from WEEN actually said that it was an affectionate tribute to the Nashville sound and to old country music. And I actually believe them, because if you listen to the songs, it's clear that these guys love this style too, and they were simply paying homage to that great tradition of American music. Now, the album is very solid. I think it's very short, but my favorite song is this, I Don't Want to Leave You on the Farm. It's just a good song. It's just a straight country song. There's no weird sounds, no weird stuff in there. Some unexpected lyrics about drug use maybe, but overall it's just a damn good song, and there's nothing quirky or weird about it, and it's super simple and yet genius, which, as you see, is something that happens quite often in WEEN's discography. Most people are not old. Happy Colored Marbles. I remember when I was first discovering this band, this was one of the first songs that I listened to, and I went, oh my god, these guys are onto something. You know, this is something else. And so Quebec, the album from 2003, is one of their most moody and one of the darkest records that they ever did. And I think this song perfectly shows you that. The structure of the song is genius, I think. The verses have this sort of unsettling, ominous quality to them, like something is coming, like something is gonna happen. And then in the chorus we have this absolutely relaxed and happy and childish voice with a very sweet and naive melody, and that repeats a few times. And then at the end, all hell breaks loose with that absolute monster of an ending, which seems to go on forever. It's just brutal. I love it. It's very moving. It can put you in a very unique state of mind if you really listen to it, if you really listen to the lyrics, which are brilliant. Yeah, I think it's a masterpiece. What Dinner Was Talking About, from 1994's Chocolate and Cheese. Now, I've said again and again that this band is proof that you don't need something complex or wildly experimental to come up with something brilliant. And this is the case, and that is the case in this song. The melody, the harmony, it's all extremely straightforward and simple, but it's so pretty and so brilliant. I think the Beatles would have killed for that melody, to be honest. The Beatles or any 60s pop group. Once again, there is a solo that simply copies the vocal melody, but it's such a great melody that you don't mind listening to it again. The lyrics are apparently about Dean Ween's anxiety attacks that he would sometimes have, or panic attacks, and how Gene Ween would try to comfort him and get him to calm down. So that makes an already sweet song even sweeter, in my opinion.
Hi, I'm fucking Eddie Dingle. I met this girl.
Nan. Now, this is from their very first album, God Ween Satan, The Oneness, from 1990. And what can you say about it? I mean, what a strange song. It's so baffling. I mean, it's basically a love song, if you will, but there is really no melody. The lyrics are basically spoken in this really comical kind of voice, but somehow it just works. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the lyrics and the music are independent of each other, and this creates a contrast and a mixture that is really baffling, and still somehow manages to express that feeling of, heartbreak and romantic deception, which is what the lyrics are ultimately about. But it's absolutely hilarious at the same time. I mean, hi, I'm fucking Eddie Dingle. That is such a classic line. That's how you open a song. Hilarious, it's well written, it's touching, it's WEEN. musicians. Now, this is more of an obscure one, if you wish. This is from Shinola Volume 1 from 2005, which is a B-sides compilation, basically. And I don't really see people talking about this song very often, and I don't know why. I just love it. The sound itself, the guitar tone is so psychedelic, so dreamy. Again, a great melody, a great atmosphere, funny, kind of ridiculous lyrics. It really takes me to another place in a way that other classic psychedelic WEEN tunes do, like, I don't know, stuff from The Pod or Pure Guava. So I think this is an underrated gem, and people should really start to pay more attention to it. Flutes of Chi, from what's probably their most accessible album, 2000's White Pepper. Now, another melody that the Beatles would have killed for, in my opinion. This song transmits such peace and tranquility. It's like a wise person giving you a piece of advice that everything is going to be okay. Again, super simple, super straightforward, a solo that is ultra minimalistic, and you don't need anything else because the melody is superb. And this also has sort of an Eastern vibe to it. I'm not sure why. I kind of think of George Harrison, maybe because of the lyrics when I listen to it. Yeah, really just a beautiful song. And that's the thing, you know, I mean, I love WEEN's humor and their lore and everything else, but at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is their strong songwriting. That's what makes it work, and that's what made them stand out in a crowd of rock bands from the era, in my opinion. No tricks, no smoke and mirrors, just a couple of basic chords, a great melody, and you're good to go.
Mach 10 at sudden speed.
The Stallion, Part 3. Definitely my favorite Stallion. From their 1992 album, Pure Guava. What a weird and amazing song, once again. You know, you listen to the guitar tone and the drums, the fake, so to speak, electronic drums, and the high-pitched voice, and the absolutely nonsensical lyrics. And you look at all these elements, and you think this must be a joke, or, you know, this is just some random childish bullshit. But it's such an epic song. The little touches that make the songs so memorable, like right at the end before the solo, that voice, "Hey dude, here's the Stallion," and then the solo comes in, and again it's a super simple solo, and it's played in a kind of clumsy way. It's hard to explain, but it sounds kind of funky, but it fits so well. It's like this song has no right to be as epic and as amazing as it is. Okay, and finally, Kim Smalls, a B-side that never made it into an official release, as far as I'm aware. It's from the Mollusk session, and you can actually hear some traces of it on Pink Eye on My Leg from that album. Once again, 3 chords, a great little vocal melody, a great keyboard line. If this song doesn't put you in a good mood, then I don't know. There's something wrong with you, I think, because it's such a such a pretty sound. It's so chill, it's so relaxing. I love it. I just love it. I just love it. It just makes me smile. Oh shit, that's it? I already named 10? Whoa, I didn't even name any songs from La Cucaracha. I should really do a part 2 and even a part 3 really, because there are so many great songs that I'm thinking about right now. So, what are some of your favorite WEEN songs? Is there any song from this list that is among your favorites? Do you agree with me or do you disagree? And if you've never heard of the band, I hope that this list serves as an introduction to you, because these guys are the best. So, see you around and take care.
Multitude things, I'll leave them to rot.